Right now on 6 News on Fox, a teenager behind bars after police say he shot out a glass window at a candidate's headquarters. The other recent crimes he's also connected to. It's Super Tuesday and hundreds of delegates are on the line for the presidential candidates. The candidates with the most momentum on both sides of the aisle. Plus, who needs Texas delegates the most? And 2 bandits make out with absolutely nothing. But police say the search is still on. The newly released surveillance video.
And a weak cold front is moving southeast across southeast Texas as our Provo's Dumpy Live weather network up in the lakes. Front clearing the lakes area. We'll talk about it coming up.
Good evening. You're watching 6 News on Fox. I'm Jasmine Stiles. It's Super Tuesday, and with a little more than an hour left, polling places are bustling with people. Ashley DeVrin joins us live at Rogers Park. Ashley, how's the turnout and how long are people waiting to vote? Thanks, Ashley. If you have not voted yet, you still have time to get to the polls. As long as you are in line by 7, you are allowed to vote. So make sure you have the proper identification. Here in Texas, there's 7 valid IDs, a Texas driver's license, a state election identification certificate, a Texas personal ID, a state license to carry a handgun, a U.S. military ID with a photo, a U.S. citizenship certificate with a photo, or a U.S. passport. That's all you can take, any one of those, to make sure you can go vote. And you can also vote at any precinct, no matter where you are. Again, polls close at 7 tonight. Police made an arrest after someone shot at the headquarters of Jefferson County Sheriff candidate Zena Stevens. Officers say 19-year-old Adam Carver confessed to the crime, and he's charged with deadly conduct. 6 News on Fox talked with Stevens last night shortly after the incident.
We had some people leaving. The meeting was breaking up, and so we had several people outside getting ready to leave and get ready, to end their evening. And we all heard a loud, I just escorted somebody to their car, and I heard a loud crash, a bang and a crash. And then, we all rushed and saw the window.
Witnesses say someone from that car shouted a racial slur before the shot was fired. Just before 10, officers found the Jeep at Newfield Lane. 5 people were taken in for questioning. Carver was later arrested. Detectives are looking into similar crimes that happened to other businesses, cars, and signs in the area to see if Carver is connected. One of Stevens' competitors, Ray Beck, released a statement on what happened, saying in part the actions that took place were a travesty, and it's troubling to know that people can still act with such malice in modern times. I hope to see this crime prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. For now, I am simply thankful to hear that no one was harmed. Last night's incident didn't stop Stevens from hitting the polls today, trying to get voters to check the box by her name. Stevens, the current police chief at Prairie View A&M, was campaigning at Rogers Park. If elected, Stevens will become the first female sheriff in Jefferson County history.
This is Super Tuesday. It's what it's all about. So I think we're all surprised at the numbers, the amount of people that are showing up at this particular location to vote.
Rod Carroll, who's also running for Jefferson County Sheriff, was out and about making the most of the last few moments before votes are counted. He was campaigning around Precinct 4 on Highway 365. Carroll spoke on some of his key issues, which includes budget management for the sheriff's office and safety. He's currently the assistant chief deputy with the sheriff's office. We asked him how he's been gaining support throughout his campaign.
It's just meeting with people, one-on-one, small groups. I've been talking to a lot of different groups out there. Been going to people's houses as they invite me and invite their neighbors over just to visit one-on-one about some of the issues.
Joe Quarterback Stevenson is also running for Jefferson County Sheriff. He's a deputy constable with Jefferson County Precinct 1. Right now, he's campaigning at Theodore Johns Library in Beaumont. On the other side of the aisle, Republican voters are also keeping a close eye on local and national primary elections. Sarai Demeen is with the Jefferson County GOP's party's chairman. Good evening, Sarai. Thanks, Sarai. The Republican race for Hardin County District Attorney drawing a lot of attention tonight, with some saying it's gone negative on social media. Longtime District Attorney David Sheffield is facing attorney Tom Roebuck. There is no Democrat running. Sheffield says since he's been in charge, the county has prosecuted a number of high-profile cases and received convictions. Roebuck says he's practiced for more than 4 decades and says he would fix what he calls a disconnect between the office and law enforcement. We'll continue our Super Tuesday coverage on air tonight at 9, where we'll keep you updated about races in Jefferson, Hardin, Orange, Newton, and Tyler counties. We'll be live at the Democratic and GOP watch parties as the results come in. Well, it looks like the rest of Super Tuesday will remain dry, but a front's coming in. What does that mean for tonight? Carrie Cooper has the answers and a preview of your forecast.
Well, Jasmine, I mean, some cooler weather for tonight. We were well up into the 70s this afternoon. We'll drop to the 40s later tonight, tomorrow morning as a weak cold front works through. This is our Provost Humphrey Live Weather Network coming to you from Sound Rayburn. It's already cleared out up there, clear skies there. We have cloudy skies here. We'll clear out here locally throughout the night tonight. Let's take a look at radar and see if there's any showers out there at all. And a few light showers north of Town Bluff over to Jasper on eastward toward Leesville. This is the actual front working to the south. So a few showers possible for the next hour or two as the front works in. We'll talk about that and the rest of your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Carrie. On the national campaign trail, voting is well underway in a number of states while others still set to caucus tonight. Karen Kaifa is in Washington with a look at the final Super Tuesday push from the presidential candidates.
Momentum is on the side of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Both their party's winners in 3 of the first 4 contests, both poised to pick up the bulk of today's delegates. Voting in Vermont, Bernie Sanders said no matter what happens tonight, his campaign will still be going tomorrow.
We're very proud of what we are doing. We're proud of what we're going to continue to do. This is a campaign that's going to the Philadelphia Convention in July.
Also in his home state today, Republican Ted Cruz. Texas is seen as a must-win for the senator who put southern states at the heart of his strategy, but stumbled in South Carolina.
I speak to unity for Republicans, that let's come together and stand together behind the conservative principles, the free market principles and constitutional liberties that we believe in.
Cruz entered Super Tuesday as the only Republican with a win over Donald Trump, beating him in Iowa. He's also looking to bat back Marco Rubio, who launched his strongest attacks yet on Trump at Thursday's debate and hasn't let up.
Today, the frontrunner, at least according to the national polls in the Republican primary, is someone who is preying on your anger, is someone who is preying on fear.
Trump is already looking beyond today's contests, campaigning in Ohio. Clinton, meanwhile, making stops in Minneapolis, wouldn't say outright she's planning to face him in the fall.
He could be on the path, and maybe somebody else can intervene and rise above that, but I'm going to wait and see who they nominate.
But tonight's results could move the race closer to that November matchup.
Still ahead, it's a story of survival, how one lucky woman made it through a tornado. That video up next.